This is Dr. Tamara Bavendam. I'm running for Tennessee State House, District 66, which is exactly Robertson County. And today, we're going to be talking a bit about canvassing. We have several people who feel that they're too shy to canvass, but would like more information about it and kind of have a better idea of what it actually entails, so that they will hopefully want to work with us during the last 75 days until the election on November 3rd. And so today I have with me Jared Leftrick, who is our Director of Field Operations, and he's going to start by just explaining a little bit about his history and about canvassing, and then we'll just go from there. Welcome, Jared.
Thank you. So again, my name is Jared Leftrick. I am a lifelong resident of Robertson County. Born and raised, literally live in the exact same house I lived in whenever I was born. I've been doing political activity since I was 16 years old. This is not my first go around with running canvassing. I ran canvassing for multiple state house races, some in East Tennessee, some right here in Robertson County ourself, I guess you could say, because a lot of these people that we're going to be working with are people that worked on a lot of these campaigns with me. So what is canvassing? Canvassing is basically a fancy word for talking to people. Whether it's at church, whether it's at school programs, the ball field, whether it's at Walmart, anywhere you would normally talk to somebody, you can always just bring up, hey, have you heard about that woman, Tamara, that's running for state house? Just bring it up casually. But what we're talking about, though, mostly is groups of people going and knocking on doors, and actually, taking time to sit there and talk with them for a good 5 minutes, meeting them at their house, and engaging with them in a way that most people don't engage with normal people, I guess you would say, in that way these days, due to social media, which I'm not a big social media fan. Not that I'm not a fan. This is kind of not uncomfortable to me, but it's new to me, so it's kind of weird talking to people through a camera versus talking to them at a door. But this is a great opportunity for us to kind of explain some things and how we go about this and kind of the expectations, and just like in a quick way to make you feel more comfortable coming to us and actually join and hopping on the train, sign up to come to one of our canvassing events. You got anything, Tamara?
It's just, from what we have done so far, it is the most impactful thing that we can do, is to go out and meet the people and talk about me, what's important to me, and the importance of voting. It's my strong belief that Robertson County has not been well represented the past 11 years since Sabi took office. And I think that the people here deserve better representation. And I think, as you will learn subsequently, that I have a much better background that's prepared me to be a legislator. And so that's what we can talk about, and you can help communicate to the people when we're going door to door. And it really does make a big difference.
And I bet at this moment in time, you're thinking, how am I going to be able to do all of that in a 2 to 5 minute spiel? Luckily enough that we send you out with stuff that says her positions on issues. We send you out with a list of names. We send you out with there's an app on your phone called Minivan that we will have you load, that you can load list numbers that are prepared. These people are people that are Dems. They lean independent Dems, independents, lean Republican independents. So you're going to get a varying group of people that you walk up to their door, and they're going to have different stances on things. So you have to kind of approach it. So how are you going to do that? Well, we'll send you out with information. And if you don't know the answer, say, hey, can I mark down that to have Tamara give you a call? And it's simple as that, and just take their number, verify their phone number, write their name down, what their issue they want to talk about, and we'll get it to Tamara, and she has time that she'll call and, have that conversation with that particular person, because that's really what we want. If they have a question, that's the whole purpose of us getting out there and doing that.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that most often people don't really want to engage in a long conversation about issues. They are really just happy to know that there is a Democrat in the race. They're used to not having real competition for in this race. And so just knowing there's someone running against him and someone that wants to fight for them is really all they want to know. And so, but the thing that I want to talk about the list, is that we haven't pulled people that always vote for a Democratic candidate because they're going to show up and vote. And it would be a waste of our valuable time if they're fun to go talk with them, but so they are people that haven't voted consistently. So part of it is helping them realize there's someone to show up to vote for. So getting out the vote. And some of it is independents. And some of them are also going to be what we call kind of the disenfranchised Republican, those that feel that they are long-term on the Republican team, but they're not happy with what's happening now. And so we do need those people to know that I'm running and that I'm willing to fight for them as well as those that identify Democrat. So the list will have a spectrum of people. And in talking with that spectrum, everyone has been, I've not had anyone be aggressive or hostile or even really unfriendly at the door, even if they're not supportive of me as a candidate. So the fact that it's not all Democrats I don't want that to concern anyone. It has just not been a problem for anyone that's been out canvassing.
That's correct. I mean, we spent hours at a event hosted by Republican women here recently, and we've already seen how many Republican women have already started to come over to our side just by knocking on their door or having small gatherings with these people in their homes, and that's still canvassing. We're still getting people together because you're contacting those people that are in your core group. But I bet what you're thinking though too is, what happens if I get a list and I go up to the door and it says no soliciting, no trespassing, and can we go on the property? Should we put it in the mailbox? What do we do? Number one, we do not touch a mailbox. It's a federal crime for you to do that. We don't want anyone going to jail. Two, no trespassing. You do not go on the property. Don't touch anything. Don't put anything in the mailbox. You can just mark it in there. No trespass. No soliciting is perfectly fine. We have First Amendment rights, so no soliciting doesn't keep us from going on the property, even just to drop literature off. I would probably caution myself and just put that in your mental box that, they might be a little apprehensive, to come to the door. Don't bang on the door like you're the police officer or anything like that. But you have any other suggestions?
I mean, part of what doing the act of canvassing is also collecting data to clean up the list. So if someone is moved, there's a place for you to indicate that they've moved. And so there's a database update function as a part of this. And anytime, sometimes there's been 2 or 3 gates and fences in order to get to a property. And even if it's not marked no trespassing, you kind of get a feeling that
you probably shouldn't go.
No, you don't need to go any place that you feel
uncomfortable
or that you might be unsafe. That's entirely up to you. You would just indicate on the list that you didn't go there.
Yeah, and let's go just reference back real quick, because this will go out to the public on the interwebs and all that stuff. This data that we're talking about, this data is all public record. This is all stuff that's just come straight from the county election office. We're to have no secret database of voter data or anything like that. It's literally, when you register to vote, you put down your address, your name, your phone number. If you happen to have an email, we get that information whenever you go and vote in a primary. Whenever they update your voting record, it's online. We can pay for it and pull it. It tells us if you voted in the Democratic primary. It doesn't tell us who you voted for. It just says you voted in the Democratic primary. You voted in the Republican primary this time, and that's kind of how they judge that percentage. So don't think there's a secret database. All this stuff is public. You can literally go out there today and ask Robertson County Election Commission for all of this same data that we're using. It's just in a database already that we don't have to pay for it. So don't think that we're like it's out there, getting Social Security numbers or anything like that. So, and if there's anybody out there that kind of get that way, but so it's all safe. And then when we update that stuff, it cleans it up because Joe Schmo may have moved off to Colorado, and we still think he lives at 401 North Oak Street, and now that house don't even exist because it's been torn down because someone don't live there anymore. So it's those kind of things. But
Yeah. And I just want to go back to the app, the minivan, and once you're inside minivan, it tells you, the household, how many people are in that household, and then there's a script, and it's not a long script. This isn't like you're reading 3 paragraphs or anything, but it just walks you through introducing yourself and then asking, what their issues are, telling them what my issues are, strong public education, healthcare for all, and affordability, and then asking them how likely they are to vote for me. That's the key question is we want to gauge the level of support out in the county for me. And, and just thanking them for their time. And sometimes people really do want to engage, and it's fine to engage and have a conversation with them. And as Jared said, if they ask you about a position that I have that you may not know, then yeah, please just get their name and number, and I'll call them back. I'm happy to talk with anyone. And it really is fun. It doesn't sound like it's going to be fun, but it is fun. And when the first time, someone just give you that look of delight that you're there to talk with them, you'll be really glad you decided to do this.
Yeah.
So the other thing, just wanted to cover off like what you need, having your smartphone and having it fully charged or a charger. We will have water and we will have snacks. If it's really, really hot, hopefully we're through the hottest days. But if you have a little fan or something that you have, that can be a nice thing, to have. We never send people out on their own. And if you're inexperienced, we'll match you with an experienced person. Oftentimes, even though on the maps it looks like a lot of these addresses are pretty close together, in reality, they're a reasonable distance apart. So having a car and driving, you may drive a block or two between a couple of more addresses. So if you like walks and long walks, you can certainly, these are walkable groupings of addresses, but for the most part, you're probably going to want to have one driver. And on a big day when we have lots of people out, we sometimes send people out with 3. So there's a dedicated driver and 2 people that can hop out and go to doors when you get to a specific location. So we do our best to make this as comfortable and fun for everyone, that's involved. And we anticipate that, September and October are going to be busy. We know we have at least $5,000, to knock on here, and that we cannot win this unless we bring over independents and some Republicans. There is not enough Democrats in Robertson County to get me elected. So we have to have meet and talk to people that may not know they're interested in voting for me until you let them know how interested I am in representing their interests about public education and healthcare and affordability, and how how trustworthy I am, and how I really enjoy listening to people and learning and taking on new challenges. And so those are the things I think that will help people decide that they have a better chance of getting representation that represents their needs with me than voting for Sabi Kumar again.
I would agree. And a lot of that just boils down to the fact that you went and knocked on their door. I told Tamara this back months and months and months ago. I said, you would be surprised how many people in Robertson County All they care about is that you ask for their vote. And I think one thing you said was, why would I have to ask for it? I said, that's just Robertson County. Ask for their vote. And 90% of the time, they're like, you got my vote. And they'll sit down there, talk to you, but actually genuinely asking. That's one thing in politics that we've gotten rid of these days, is just we just assume that we're going to get elected. Like Sabi showing up to events 10 minutes while we're there for hours and hours talking to people, just canvassing in events and doing different things. And it shows you, like, when we're out going and doing that, those people are, whether I hope to believe that then what they're doing is they're going out and they're telling 2 or 3 people. Hey, I had this person knock on my door and they gave me some of these little cards, and hey, will you give one to someone you know? Or they told me to give you one. So, hey, I thought I'd give you one and share their name and go do the research or whatever. That's the ultimate goal, is we started something and it goes and goes. And
Yeah.
then we win.
Yeah. The other thing is we have pieces of literature that actually hang on doorknobs so that you don't have to find a place to stick them, that just has the basic information about me to leave. You can leave it if they come to the door, or you can hang it on the door if no one comes, so that they are getting the information even if they're not home or not answering their door.
And usually we will also provide you with a sticky note. Just write on that sticky note and say, sorry, I missed you. And then just put TB and just stick it on there and hang it on the door, so that there's one little personal message that, we took time to write the sticky.
Yeah.
So.
And we'll also have little palm cards, which are essentially like double-sized business cards that you can have. So if someone is really engaged and excited that I'm a candidate, then you can give them a few cards and have them hand those out to the people that they know. So I think it is going to be the ripple effect through Robertson County that really is what gets me elected. And we really would like you to join us and be a part of this this campaign and this excitement.
Yeah, we need some more boots on the ground to make this done, and we got 75 days to do it. So if you're willing to get involved, you can go to our Facebook page, and there's a link you can sign up for. You can go to our website, which is
Bavendam with numeral 4 Robco. So BAVENDAM 4 Robco.com, and you can sign up to volunteer there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And we'll be out at multiple events coming up. Hootenanny soon, fairs coming up, all kinds of other festivals out there. So if you know of anybody that you want us to be at, shoot us a message. Contact us and let us know where we should be.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning the Hootenanny, because, we are starting what I call the Arts for Democracy series, which is going to be an event in August, September, October around arts, gathering people together, hoping people that are home thinking they're the only Democrat in Robertson County, or they're an independent or disenfranchised Republican and want to come to a place where they can just talk about whatever they want to talk about and how they're feeling, to come and join us for these events. August 29th is the Hootenanny, and would love to have people join for that. The second event is a Bob Ross Sip and Paint. That's going to be on September 19th. And the third event is on October 24th, and that's going to be music and karaoke. And all of these events are being held at the Robertson County Senior Center. So, and the last thing I'll mention is October 10th is a Get Out the Vote rally, which is going to be held at the Bransford Community Center grounds. And we're going to have politicians from the Robertson County and all over the state that we can get, as many as we can get, to come and try to increase the energy in Robertson County around showing up to vote and making the change that we desperately need. So I am Tamara Bavendam. I am running for Tennessee State House District 66 against Sabi Kumar, and I'm asking for your vote.